Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout, and a lot of these pieces of pattern papers, actually all of it, is a leftover from a layout I did 4 days ago. So what I like to do at the end of the year or the beginning of the new year is for the end of the year, I like to do what I read. All the books that I read in the year, I like to write them down. So that would have been the page that went up yesterday with the Cheeky Studio blog hop tour. And then on Thursday, you had the goals video, which I love to do, a goals 2018 videos. And that's, for my if you want to call it my regular life and my YouTube channel, goals for that. And then the next day I put up a bookish goal video, and that's all the goals that I have regarding all the books I want to read in that year. And the reason I do 2 videos is because for my bookish one I have so many goals that between the regular goals and the bookish goals, it would have been almost 30 different goals, and so I'd rather keep them separate. And then at the end of the year, I like to do, like I said, of what I read goal. And then another page that I love to do every year, and this is this page right here, is my one little word. Now I have to say, this is an Ali Edward thing where she, does a whole album just dedicated to that. I don't do that part, I just do this part. I just choose a word that's going to be my word for the year. And then I do a page at the beginning of the year. And actually this year I was thinking a few of these layouts, I might get a frame and actually put them on my wall for the whole year so that I can keep thinking about it. Now this picture here is one that I had put in my December daily. I also put on my goals 2018, and it's a selfie that I took, and it was at work. I worked the weekend of December 17th, 18th, and 19th. So it was one of my most recent. You don't see my face because I had just gotten my hair cut, and it was more to kind of take a picture of my haircut. But this actually goes really well with my word because you can actually see my camera because I took a picture in front of a mirror. And my one little word this year is focus, and I thought that's perfect because it has, it's my phone, but I always call it my camera because I use it so much more as a camera, and I use it to film my videos and all that stuff. So for me, it's more my camera than it is my phone. And I just thought it went really well with what I wanted this page to be about. So I took these little basic gray, little black, little alphas, and I spelled one little word, and then I took these other, they're kind of rubbery alphas, and I spelled my little word, focus. And why I chose focus is because there's quite a few things that I need to focus on this year, and that's the word, that I'm just going to keep saying to myself, just focus, just focus. And so that's basically what I'm going to do for my journaling. For example, one of the things that I want to do this year is every time I do a layout is I do the journaling immediately. But anyway, let's talk about what supplies that I used. Like I said, when I did my goals page, I had that camera paper and also the light pink pattern paper. One was from Amy Tangerine or Dear Lizzie. The other one, I believe, was Maggie Holmes maybe. And this was leftovers. And when I was putting the pattern paper away, and it sort of landed one on top of the other, and I'm like, oh, I really like that. I think I'm going to use it that way. And whenever I use a light color like that, like pink, I love pink and black together. So then I went into my stash, I grabbed some washi tape, and that's probably my favorite washi tape. And I wish I had, 4 or 5 rolls of it because I use it all the time. And although I've never run out of a washi tape yet, I truly believe that this is going to be the first one that I run out of. Now I have another one that's quite similar to that, but it's quite a bit thicker. It's 1/2 inch, and this one is 1/4 inch, and I really like the size of that one. And so I put it at the top and the bottom of the pattern paper, and it's just a nice little definition of where the pattern paper ends. I mounted the whole thing on a light pink layout, and I believe that this page, either, I'll put it next to the Goals 2018 in my album, and if I like it, I'll put it side by side, but it doesn't have to be side by side. If I find it's too matchy-matchy, I'll just find something else to match it up with. And that reminds me, I had a question on one of my videos about, do I worry, because I do quite a bit of single page layouts, and do I worry about what page is going to sit next to this page, for example, in my albums? And the answer to that is no, because whether they coordinate or not, the only time that I worry that both sides coordinate is when I make a 12 by 24 layout, so basically a 2-page spread. That's the only time that I worry about each side being matchy-matchy or coordinate with each other. That's the only time. Any other time, I just put my layouts in my albums, and you got to think a lot of the people that are going to be, viewing your albums, they don't even really know about that kind of stuff, most people, unless you're a scrapbooker. But even at that, I think people would look at each layout as its own entity. So this is the second layout that I used my embellishments from the Simple Story Romance collection that I just bought before Christmas. So I've already pulled it out twice, and I just got it maybe a couple of weeks before Christmas. So I feel really good. I mean, yes, it's a new collection, and I want to use what I have in my stash. First of all, it was a smallish collection, so it's not as if I had 48 pattern papers, that I have, that are there to use, and I'm adding all this much to my stash. But I know it's a Valentine's Day collection, but really there's not too many words in there that are specific to Valentine's Day. There is a few, but it's a lot of stuff that you can use on regular pages or love pages. You love your family, so you can use them on pretty much any page. And I just love the tones and the colors in that one. And I love that there's a lot of flowers and little clusters of flowers, one in the embellishment clusters and also on the sticker sheet. So I used a few labels for my embellishment foundation, added a few flower stickers over top, and I added a few little hearts. And another favorite thing that I love to do is to add one heart on top of another, and both hearts in different sizes and different tones. And I love how little hearts layer on top of each other. So staying true to my focus this year to journaling every page. As I'm making them, I'm doing my journaling right away. And then that's going to complete this layout. This is layout number 4 for me already in 2018, and I'm doing the voiceover on January 4th. So that's 4 pages in the 4 days. And I'm going to add some black spray mist from Heidi Swap, and stay tuned for some pictures of the layout and the embellishment clusters. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're enjoying these videos, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up and maybe leave me a comment down below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.